Okay, guys, welcome back to the CNJ show. And I got my favorite, Gin and Juice, and my sister, Neek, here. And today what we're going to be talking about is T.I and this whole situation, whatever's going on with him. But first, something I do want to say, because I know sometimes, you know, we're talking and we don't want to put any judgments out there. Everything that we do say is allegedly. We do not know. Nobody knows what's going on. So we're just basically giving our little opinions and we're just talking about it. So with that being said, I'm going to ask my sister a question and we're going to do what we always do best. So, Neek, what I've been trying to find out, and I don't know if you know, you and Gina, I don't know. It's like this girl came out from nowhere. I hear everything that's going on in the news, and I understand what's going on. And I seen T.I. Gave his little speech. Now, but what is it about? I mean, how did this even get started?
From the sounds of it, I don't know where it exactly stemmed from, because it's, you know, you never really know. It's rumors here and there. So supposedly it's they made her do stuff against her will. I guess she said that she was taken advantage of, and there's a number of other girls, they did the same thing too. But, you know, there's also, she started posting these other, you know, these girls making these allegations. Oh, the same thing happened to me. Oh, the same thing happened to me. They did this to me, and they made this certain story up. And come to find out, they were all lies. You know, majority of those girls was just, you know, looking for clout. And they was like, and they said it. They said, oh, hey, you know, they actually used my story in their video. So the lady, but I wish I knew her name.
Sabrina. You said Sabrina?
So yeah. Sabrina actually used my story and reposted it on this page. And they're laughing about it on their social platform. So with that being said, you know, there's no, the Sabrina girl is not even looking at whether or not these things are true. And to me, I feel like when something has happened to you, you want to make sure with whatever victims that you grab and that say whatever, that is very true, because it's very personal to you. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to throw nobody on the bus, because like I said, I don't know. But from the sound of it, it sounds like there was some type of, they're saying, and I don't even know what she's saying. Like, did she say that they made her have sex without her will? Or
she said something about he put a gun to her head.
But that was something separate. She's not even talking about that. She's like, oh, people think you this person. But, you know, when I was about to fight this girl that you were sleeping with, who used to work for Tiny, you know, we was about to fight and you put a gun on me saying, oh, we need to break it up or something along those lines. So that wasn't even what that was even about. She just basically trying to paint this picture like, okay, you're not who people think that you are. And
but did she say that they did something sexual to her that she didn't want?
That's the thing. She never really gave any specifics. She said that she was taken advantage of.
And that's when all the other girls started coming out and saying how they were taking advantage of.
Right, and saying that she was, and like I said, I don't know the specifics, because she didn't, I don't think she said anything about her being drugged. I don't think she said anything about her, you know, being raped. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think her story extends beyond the whole gun situation where he pulled out a gun, where he put a gun to her head in the middle of her fighting a girl. Supposedly it was for Tiny. I don't know if T.I was messing with the girl or not, but she got into it with the girl. They started fighting, and T.I put a gun to her head to, I guess, to break it up. So she shared that, and then I guess after that, that's when everybody else started sharing their story.
And you know what's so crazy about that, Jen, is to me, when you think about you're going to have a confrontation with somebody and you're just trying to really figure out what this is about, everything that she said is so past tense. Like, it didn't just start that week or that day, a week or two ago. It's like you probably got this anger builds up, but you're not really saying what caused this. Because see, now I know she got the little power thing for the women, and she's telling women go out here do this and protesting. And I believe T.I was protesting too about something, and then she made like a little comment like, okay, he shouldn't probably be saying this because you don't really treat women fair or don't do something. You put a gun out on me. I think she made a comment, and then it just kind of went crazy. It just blew up from there.
Some really crazy allegations. And you said something very important too. It's like, you know, how long, if you know, first of all, what was your position with them, right? Because you seem like you've been around them enough times, a lot of times, you know, on more than one occasion.
She said them for a decade.
Yeah, so over a decade, for 10, that's a long time, 10 years. Yeah. So you've been around these people for this long, and it takes you 10 years to, first of all, it's not even the fact that it takes you 10 years to come out and say something, because sometimes you gather your strength, whatever you gather it. But to continue to be around somebody for 10 years and they're doing you some type of wrong, I don't understand that.
But I don't know if she was around them after that happened. I think she probably was around them before that happened, but then after that, I'm sure if she, you know, is so passionate about it like she claims to be, I doubt if she would stay in touch with them after the fact.
I think something recently went down, though. I don't even think...
That's what I'm saying, and I think that's the part she's not saying.
Because I think Tiny said something, after she said something to T.I, or in regards to him, I think Tiny went in to defend. I wish I would have had my receipt so I could say exactly what Tiny said.
I think Tiny said, okay, Tiny ended up saying, okay, yeah, you feel this way about that, but here it is 2 years ago. He was just taking pictures with your son, calling him Uncle. Uncle Tip, you know.
And had him in the studio. You wanted him to, you know, guide him and do this, that, and the third, but like
and then she said all that, what that has to do with anything, but that has a lot to do with it.
Right. Especially if you know somebody for 10 years, clearly, you know, and to have them around your children. I mean, it's one thing, we all have friends or whatever, that some, you know, our family probably don't even know some of the people that we're friends with. Yeah. But to have your child around somebody that, you know, that you are friends with on that type of level, and then to come out and make this type of allegation, it is definitely suspicious and it's definitely weird.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, I mean, what I want her to do is, and so that everybody can have a little bit of, you know, some type of, I don't want to say, you know, no, I'm going to just leave it be. But what I want for her to do is like, listen, let's make it make sense, because on T.I and them side right now, they're losing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, to me, he say, she say, but it's just like an earthquake just took place, and it's not a real reason for it. It's almost like road rage in a way.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's not a real reason for it, because we don't know what they did or didn't do. I just feel like, you know, in America, it's you're guilty until you're proven innocent, and how they took everything away from them without proving anything.
Allegation.
You know, everything is just alleged. Like Sint said, everything is alleged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you can get your show removed. I mean, that's a lot of money coming in for them. And, you know, other businesses that we probably don't know behind the scenes are probably dropping them as well, because who wants to be attached to that?
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, Jen, too, I was thinking about this. Just think about it. If right now I just came to you and I said, oh my God, somebody I'm with, he want, you know, if I was married, he wants to get a divorce, and he just want to get a divorce, and it's not X, Y, and Z, but you say, but why? Mm. And I just tell you, well, you know, last night I didn't cook dinner. Mm. And it's in your head, you're going to keep saying, okay, so you didn't cook dinner, that's, what else? Come on, give me some more. Right. You know, because nobody's going to get a divorce from you because you did not cook dinner. What else? Tell me something else now, because I just seen y'all got the pictures. You just went out of town. Y'all just did whatever. So with me, and I think a whole lot of other people, it's like, okay, yeah, you knew them for over a decade, and you guys was into whatever you did, had some fun, and you got your son calling him Uncle Tip. Y'all did a lot of things together. But what happened to this? All of this just came out. Like, what is the real reason? Because, like, what is going on?
And like, really, what you gotta understand too, because you know people don't think about a lot of things, right? Unless she ended up getting an emotional attachment to either T.I or Tiny, because what's the girl name? Their friend made some type of comment like, Shekinah said, you just wanted Tiny. Like I said, I don't know what's the situation or whatever, but when you are friends with somebody, but you also take it past the friendship part and you invite them into your bedroom, it's kind of hard, especially for a woman, to separate, you know, okay, this is business, and then that's it. When we come out here, we back friends, it ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So she might be in a place where she feel like, okay, you know, you guys are doing all of this stuff for me, and I'm, you know, doing this sexually, you know, XYZ. You know, who's to say that maybe she's jealous of something at this point, or jealous of their relationship, and, you know, she might not have that with nobody else. So I don't...
Yeah, well, you know, that still would be your fault. And
no, definitely.
You know, because to me, I just really do feel like it... Come on, say a little bit more. Like, what broke this, you know, like, what? Who you know, something broke the camel's back. Yeah. And it was not, it's more than what, it's more than what you're saying.
And you said, Matt, you're very, very angry about Tiny and them. They normally don't address stuff. And Tiny normally don't address much either. They've said all type of things. You never see her say anything. So it seemed like for her to even have said something, this is pretty new.
And even when she did say something, she just kept it very cute. Like, what? Like, you know, how could you say that when he just took pictures with your son? And that's all she said.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, how could you say this about a man that has done this and that?
Yeah.
Like I said,
but how do y'all feel about the whole show being dropped, though? Do you think it's fair if it's not anything proven in court yet that this is actually going on? Because then that means any old body could come from anywhere and say anything about anyone.
But that's been going on for 100 years.
I know it's been going on, but does that make it right?
No, of course, it don't make it right. But you got to understand, we live in cancel culture, right? Where people are canceling people for the smallest of things. Yeah. So for people that has actually went through real, and I'm not saying her thing isn't real because I don't know, but people who has actually experienced real sexual abuse one way or the other, and for you that to be alleged, you know, from somebody, because, you know, a lot of women feel like, okay, well, I don't have a voice against these big time, you know, production companies or these rappers or these, you know, people with all of these millions of dollars. And it's been like that for so many years. You get what I'm saying?
But then too, you know, Neek, you say that as well, but then I think at times you don't want to have a voice.
But right, no. What do you mean by that? You don't want to have a voice?
I mean, what I'm saying is you don't want to have a voice. Like, okay, if something was to go on, which we do know that this is what Hollywood do. If the person is booming and they're doing good and that's who it is, like Kevin Hart, if he's doing really good, don't matter what he do, it's going to get swept underneath the rug. They kind of ignore it because at this moment, okay, we're all benefiting from him. So we're not going to really say anything. They may not do nothing. But a lot of the times, the girls, they don't talk. And then they do it once they hit about 40 or 50 years old. And they say, yeah, well, this happened. I'm not trying to say like, okay, it didn't happen. But I'm saying you wait so long instead of just going ahead on reporting it as soon as it happened. Because normally people like this, if that's in their system, it was a guy, oh God, I'm gonna look at his name. It was some guy. He had his own talk show, and he was I guess they said a really good talk show, but what he liked to do is have play rough sex or something like that. And he would abuse those women. And one of the females that he was working with, she ended up telling one of the, I guess, the camera guys, like, listen, he's not really what he say he is. I'm thinking I'm going over there. Yes, it was, yeah, you know, but the way he did it, she was like, you guys see, I took pictures. Like, this man hit me in my ribs, and she was bruised. She took pictures. And so the guys was going to ignore it until they actually seen that. And once she said that, it started to be other females that was working there and said, yes, he did that to me too. I have a broken rib.
Wow.
And they took him down because they just kept it. They did, you know, they didn't do nothing, but they did keep it on record. So even if females start to do that, like, don't feel like, okay, you may be not trying to take his position and make them just be like, okay, you're not going to be famous anymore, but still go and tell somebody, because that's going to be on the record. And if they have these, I guess, behavior patterns, that this is stuff that they always do, trust me, it's going to be in their files. It's going to accumulate.
Yeah, but I think in this day and age, I think that was back then. I think we live in the Me Too movement, which is, it's a good and bad thing, I think. And I don't want to say bad thing. It's a good thing because people are able to come out and say, hey, listen, that happened to me too. But it's bad because there's people like those girls in this very situation that's coming out with fake stories, and they're laughing about it. And it's like, this is somebody's livelihood.
Yeah.
This is somebody's life, their reputation. You got children, you got young daughters that's, you know, seeing this stuff and following this stuff and trying to figure out, okay, what's true, what's not true. You know, what's going on with this. And, you know, even just the people that's involved directly, you know, you got a husband and wife that's going through something, you know, that's losing businesses. And not only so much about the business part of things, but, you know, your character. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up. You know, it's stained. So I think it's just, because once that stuff come out, you're going to, even if you are acquitted or whatever, you know, people are going to say, oh, you was able to beat that because you got all of this money. So there's always going to be something in the air, whether it's true or whether it's not true. People are going to believe whatever. They're going to side with whatever it is that they're going to side with. And you're going to have some people that's still not going to pick you up and still not going to work with you because they know how many people have beat charges because they have money and have the right lawyer, and there's not enough evidence to prove you guilty per se. So
that is true.
I'm gonna ask y'all this question.
Hold on, wait, Jim, before you even ask that question, what we're gonna do really quick, because this is a long thing and we want to like break it up into sections where we speak on this, then we speak on Shekinah, then T.I, the power, and all this stuff. We're gonna break it up. So what we're going to do at this recent moment, we're going to just leave this for part 1. And we're going to just close this so that you guys can come back and see what we're going to say for part 2 with Jen and Juice, with what she was going to just say and with comment, all of it.
Yeah, comment and subscribe to this one. Just, you know.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, give the feedback. But this is going to be, we'll put it on there. You guys will see because it's very long. This is going to be just part 1, and then we'll check y'all on part 2. We're closing.